The president for Diabetes Association Ghana, Mrs. Elizabeth Esi, called on the Minister of Health, Honorable Kweko Ajimomano, on the intake of unregistered medication named DIANOL and INSUMED, which is circulating on social media, suspected to be from Bulgaria. According to Mrs. Elizabeth Esi, in an interview with Nation One TV, stated that over 28 people have testified to the negative reaction of this medication, which call for urgent approach before putting the life of entire Ghanaians in danger.
We have very few endocrinologists, so all doctors help. But for some time now, we saw some medication that has been circulating on the internet. The painful thing too was I was having calls, checking their site, my name, my numbers were on their sites, and the trade is in such a way that they can call you, you cannot call them. And once you buy the medication, the pamphlet inside is not written in English. There is no instructions. People started taking the medication, reacting. So I contacted the FDA. They made me fill some forms, which we waited, but still it was continuing. I was having volumes of calls daily. So we saw Kolebu Police Command, and then we ordered for some of the medication. That was on the 28th of November. So eventually we apprehended the distributor, and then we went to their premises, and then we got the person. But the person up to now has not mentioned who exactly is behind the import. Kolebu police had to release them. They were arrested on the weekend, but on Sunday they were released. So from there we haven't heard anything again. We called the investigator and he said they are having problems as to whether it's a misdemeanor or a major offense, and they don't know the charge to give them, which is a bit worrisome. According to them, they've contacted FDA for FDA to even state if the medications were registered. They've received a letter from FDA that the medicines were not registered. But then there were some discrepancies, and the police have sent the letters the FDA brought back to them, and they are waiting for feedback. Our worry now is unregistered medicine not registered by FDA, and a whole country like Ghana, we don't even know how to categorize that offense. It's a bit worrisome, which means there is a loophole in our Public Health Act. How many people have bought this medicine? I was getting about 50 to 70 calls a day. How many people have even died that we are not aware of? So far, I recorded 28 people that reacted. And we are, as a country, we are seeing it, we can't even categorize the offense. It becomes worrisome that they don't know if it's a misdemeanor or what. So the police are planning this week to take them to a circuit court, and then it ends there. I'm just a citizen of Ghana, just like everybody else. I think I did my part.
Yeah.
We have a whole agency responsible for this, that's the FDA.
Okay.
If we, the lay people, put in an effort, money, stress to get hold of them, but if the FDA itself does not know what to do, as we are being told by the police, then we all have to give
So
up.
what call or appeal do you?
Discussed it with my bosses, so they asked me to put the whole thing on paper. So I'm officially appealing to the Minister for Health to act, and then I'm going to now, if possible, write to Kolebu Police to hold on, so that I petition the IGP himself, so that it's investigated on a higher level. As for the FDA, they are an authority on our own. Who am I to tell them what to do? But I have confidence our minister should be able to handle it. As I speak with you, the drugs are on this compound. Okay. Because they did not even have somewhere to store. So we opted, we would assist them with storage. Okay. So as I speak with you, they are all in our storage here. Those who took the medication, most of them reported with tremor, dizziness, palpitation, and restlessness. So far, it's only one person on record who went on admission for about 2 weeks after taking the medication. The person is better now on dialysis. The drug is coming from Bulgaria. If you track the producer, you go to a real estate agent, which means even the address on the box is not correct. Now, at least we have to contact the Bulgaria embassy to find out what exactly and who exactly is doing this. That is one part of it. And then why they should produce something from a real estate. It doesn't make sense. Then I'm sure if we look at the packaging too, as I was sitting here, I've gotten a way bill, we are having insulins coming in. FDA will have to test at the port before it comes out. So how did these things come out of the port? Who were on the dates they came? Who were on duty? We have to find out. Diabetes is a specialist condition. If you are diagnosed with diabetes, it's not a death sentence. You don't need to panic. You just have to take your medication as you are told, check your sugar regularly, eat well, exercise, and please, medicines cannot be bought online. Buy your medications from a registered vendor, either a pharmacy shop, a chemical shop, so that when you are reacting, you can go back to where you bought it from and they can report to the FDA, then we can track the manufacturer. Life is precious. We mustn't waste our lives. Bald head people with blood group O end up having children who develop polycystic ovarian syndrome, and that predisposes them to diabetes. Come to Africa. Our food is banku, fufu, ampesi, omu, which are all high starchy. So our genetic makeup itself is predisposing. The African man is a carpenter, he is a mason. He will go to work the whole day, even sometimes he will drink cocoa. When he come back home in the evening, he will eat his fufu around 5:36, very heavy. Then after, go and sleep. The food eating was not utilized. Those are the factors. Previously, we walk a lot. Now I drive from my house. My driver would stop me at this gate, come to the office. Immediately I finish, I call my driver. He comes, we go to my room. Upstairs, I'm asleep if I will eat. So lifestyle. Urbanization has not helped us in Africa. What is killing people is the mentality. Diabetes does not mean anything. If they tell you you have diabetes, it doesn't mean anything. It just means there is sugar in your blood, that's all. So to make things easy for my patients, I tell them, take diabetes as a friend. You've got an uninvited guest. You try to fight diabetes, you will die. Try to live with the condition. So take diabetes as a friend who just entered your home unannounced, and tell yourself, I'm going to live with this friend. Once you are eating at the right time, right quantities, you are taking your medication, you are checking your sugar regularly. If you are type 2 exercising, there is no reason why diabetes will kill you. In fact, once you start limiting people, they will break the law. So plan the food with the person. If you sit in front of me, I ask you first, what do you like? If it's fufu you like, I will plan your diet with fufu. If it's kenke you like, it's just that your heart is the size of your fist. And that's the same amount of carbohydrate you can take at a time. We've studied and found out that the whiter the food, the higher the glycemic index. So how do we modify it? If it is banku the person like, encourage the person to take it raw, the maize alone, the ewokule is good. Even we fancies, we used to eat ettle. Where did that cassava dough come from? Since when did we start adding cassava dough to our food? So if it is fufu, then we can look at using mankain or wadie alone. And that too, you don't sit and eat plenty, adjust your fist. More vegetables, less protein too. So it's about a lifestyle change. And then eating your heaviest meal in the morning and your lightest meal in the evening. But most of the time, ours is the other way around. The body moves in stages. Once you are cradle to toddler, you need a lot of food. Adolescent, you need a lot of food. From 30 years, you are moving on a cruise level. It's like you are traveling in a car. You've reached your cruise. If you eat plenty, your body will not have anything to do with the food. So initially, it will start storing it. So then after 40, the body is tired. It doesn't have anywhere to store the starch again. Then diabetes sets in. So as you grow, you limit your food intake. And then drinking lots and lots and lots of water, just to aid in digestion. Research has even shown that if every hour you take a glass of water, you can lead a healthy life. That's why the regenerative health is saying 8 glasses of water a day, but even now it's more than 8 glasses of water. Just take water as much as you can. And then more roughage, more vegetables, less animal protein. Fish is always the best choice. Alcohol is dicey. Everything in moderation. If you like alcohol, you've had your bottle of beer,